Lord be with you.
And with your spirit.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Mark. James and John, the sons of Zebedee, came forward to Jesus and said to him, "Teacher, we want you to do for us whatever we ask of you." Jesus said to them, "What is it you want me to do for you?" They said to him, "Grant us to sit, one at your right hand and one at your left, in your glory." But Jesus said to them, "You do not know what you are asking. Are you able to drink the cup that I drink, or be baptized with the baptism that I am baptized with?" They replied, "We are able." Then Jesus said to them, "The cup that I drink, you will drink. And with the baptism with which I am baptized, you will be baptized. But to sit at my right hand or at my left is not mine to grant, but it is for those for whom it has been prepared." When the 10 heard this, they began to be angry with James and John. So Jesus called them and said to them, "You know that among the Gentiles, those whom they recognize as their rulers lord it over them, and their great ones are tyrants over them. But it is not so among you. Whoever wishes to become great among you must be your servant, and whoever wishes to be first among you must be slave of all. For the Son of Man came not to be served, but to serve, and to give his life as ransom for many." The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
Brothers and sisters in Jesus Christ, it is a great joy to be here, and the theme of my homily is walking with God. So in that spirit, I'm going to deliver a homily based on my preparation, not read you what I've prepared. You do not know what you are asking. This line is heavy, and it struck me this whole week. And as I prayed over these readings to deliver this homily today, you do not know what you are asking. It just sat on me. I woke up yesterday morning and I was thinking of Adam walking in the garden with God, and he faltered. And today, in today's readings, we see the apostles walking with Jesus, living flesh, side by side, falter. And they rely on their human pride to guide them. The opening hymn this morning was appropriate. "I will go, Lord, if you lead me." And we have to allow this to happen. So what is going on? Adam had everything he wanted. He was walking in perfect harmony and love with the Lord. What happened? Free will. And he chose, and he walked away. And this is very much an example of what we see today. They're walking with Jesus, and they falter. It's kind of a comfort, because they were with Jesus, and they faltered. I remember a time when I thought, I would have done better than those guys. You're with Jesus, how can you go wrong? It's just as easy as taking a bite out of an apple. Well, here we are, and the apostles falter, and it's a comfort for us. God's power of creation is an outward vector. The universe is continuously expanding in the direction of God's love, outward. New planets, new stars are being formed every day. And here on Earth, creation set evolution free. And every day, new species are evolving. Genetics are mutating and causing new viruses. This creation is expanding outwards. And we, created in the image of God, are creators. We take the products of this world and make buildings and tools and technology. We even take the fruits of the earth, crafted by human hands, to make the gifts that Father's going to consecrate into the body and blood of Christ. And in that way, we are in the image of God. We were also created to be in the likeness of God. And that likeness was obscured by original sin. So we try to be like God, and we take the power that God gave us, and we lord it over other people, just as the Romans were doing to the apostles and the Israelites of the day when we see this reading. So Jesus injects himself into the situation. There's about to be a fight. The 10 are angry with James and John, and Jesus gently, just as gently as he received the woman in adultery that was caught and received her and forgave her, we could have put a line in here. He looked at them and loved them. He says, this is the situation that you're in. This is the politics of the day. It's like explaining to a fish what water is. Because they were raised in it, it's hard to see. And he says, not so among you. Not so among you. That signifies a difference. And we as baptized Christians, it is not so among us. We need to hear the conversation of God, and we see it in nature. There's people who recognize the grace of God in a sunset or in a vista, in the dark even, at the dark of night, in the stars. There are some people that recognize the face of Christ in the poor. And this is what Jesus is telling us today. Not so among you. He tells us what we do with our power. It's not power over. It's used through us to empower with the poor and journey with each other, journey with people who are suffering, journey with people who are lonely. Whatsoever you do to the least of my brothers, that's what you do to me. Jesus very clearly says, the Son of Man came not to be served, but to serve. And just so it is with us. When we take on this love of God, it becomes outward from us so that we may empower others so that they may also love. And St. Paul has it right. Approach the throne of grace boldly, not as bold as James and John because they didn't understand what they were approaching. You do not know what you are asking. Approach the throne of grace boldly. As we come to communion, we're going to approach the throne of grace boldly and ask God, Jesus, to transform us into his likeness so that we may be this vector of love in the world around us and infect and help other people so that they may also love.